Hey, what's up, everybody? It's me. It's a little warm out here. I don't know how this looks. I didn't really test it out, if I'm fully being honest. And again, every month it gets me. I don't have my headphones on, so I'm hearing my voice like amplified, bouncing off all these like walls and stuff. What's up, though, guys? Long time no see. We were just doing the math a little bit ago, and it turns out this is the 4th stream in 3 days. Not to mention that we did upload a video on Saturday and uploaded a video today regarding the collectibles, which we'll get to that in a minute. But that's crazy. There's a lot of stuff going on right now. We are super busy, and it doesn't look like it's going to let up anytime soon. But what's up, everybody? Welcome back. This is the June 2020 Game Break. This is going to be relatively on the short side as far as our streams go. Some of you guys are not familiar with the Game Breaks. What we do, we just kind of hang out, we talk, we go over a specific list of things that we have going on or have coming in the future, or maybe just covered in the past, and then we kind of hang out and chat it up. Speaking of chat, it is booming right now. There's a handful of you guys out there that have been hanging out before on the premiere page. Can't thank you guys enough. Big shout outs to all you guys. Wow, we even got Gray here, which is super late for Gray. Real quick, let's go to the top of the chat. I'm totally bad. I did not label the first 3 who were here. Oh, look like I get to go to the top. It was Paige, Gamers Corner, and Raised. What's up, guys? Thanks for being that early notification squad. I have to mention that Kirsten was here. I was first, Kirsten was second, then we had, but we've been told we don't count. So real quick overview for today's agenda is, of course, we're going to have the welcome, which speaking of which, welcome back. That being said, we're going to talk numbers. My grandmother had a pretty monumental moment this month. Lockdown, overall kind of numbers in comparison, how things have changed, what we've got going for our new project and what's coming after that. And of course, we're going to wrap that up with Patreon shout outs. So yeah, 123,000 subs we hit this month. That's pretty crazy. 123. This was actually taken 2 days ago. Saturday. So it was taken on Saturday. As it sits right now, let's see here. We are sitting at 123,252 subs. So we've gained 251 since that was taken. Subs are just plowing through the roof, looking great. The rest of the numbers, okay, let me step back a little bit first. As you guys all know, the world was kind of on shutdown. Everyone was at home. Game consoles were being purchased and fired up for the first time in a long time for those who already had them. Lots of controllers were purchased. So many things were bought, and everybody was at home playing games. As a result, tons of people were using our guide. So we saw a lot of extra views with like Lego Harry Potter, Lego Jurassic World, and also Lego City Undercover. Those were like the top 3. And then Lego Ninjago Movie was given out for free, and that got a huge boost too. So we saw a huge swell in everything, and our numbers were actually up pretty high, but you can see right now they're down pretty low. In fact, we're down about 250, almost 300,000 views in the 28-day period that they reference all this stat from. What does that really mean? Just means people have gone back to work. It means that there's less time people watch. I mean, if you look, there's a whole bunch. I think there was 6,000 hours of watch time, roughly, something like that. So I mean, down significantly, but that's okay. Everything else is kind of stabilized now. We're holding out at where we were before, so I'm feeling pretty good about that. For a few days, you can ask Todd, and maybe Kirsten sensed a little bit of it too. But I specifically talked with Todd about it, like. And I was stressing a little bit to Gray about it too, and I didn't mean anything by it, but I think that's why Gray came and showed a little extra love that day, which thanks again for that. But anyways, much love to you guys all. Watching our videos and everything is all we really ask for. We spend the time making them, so we just hope that you have some time to watch them. That's basically all we're after. Anything else is above and beyond, and that's awesome of you guys. Now, real quick, I did not go over the whole list. Most of you guys were already here today. Let's see here. Who else was here? Real quick, I just want to give some shout outs real quick. Sono is back. He was looking for some memes. If anybody knows a good source for memes, and what I mean by that is like, the buttons like, 3 hours later, like the SpongeBob overlays and things like that. If you guys know a good source, like a website or a good place where we're not like stealing other people's work, but yet, I mean, it's always going to be somebody else's work, right? Because that's pretty much what a meme is. But You guys know what I'm saying. Like, if you guys know a place, let us know, because that would help Sono. That would also help me. If I had access to some high quality imagery or videos that I was able to push buttons, add to my stream deck and stuff, that would be, I think the stream experience would be cooler. Now, lately I've been pretty intensely into the games, and the stream deck has kind of been like a backseat thing. I almost need a producer here pushing buttons, which I've tried to get Reese to kind of maybe do some producing on the backside, or directing, I guess, would be the better label. But anyways, scrolling down the list still, who else we got? Matt is here. What's up, Rob? I see you too. Wyatt is back, asking, he got the number right this time for his meme, that we'll call it. Simon is here. What's up, Simon? Good to see ya. As per usual, I'm probably going to miss somebody. VFJ was here. He said it got a little late for him. It's 1 a.m. there, so not a trip. No, I'm just kidding. He's definitely going to be back and watching it tomorrow. He's at most of our streams. Dylan is also here. What is up? Yes, people are clowning me. And Simon, and Raised, actually. All of us are kind of in that older bracket. There's definitely some different generations here. And we're finding that I'm old. A lot of you guys don't even... Most of you didn't even have a rotary phone or don't even know what a rotary phone is, so that's kind of crazy. Let's see here. Scrolling. Chachro's here. What's up, Chach? Who else? Casey Phantom. What is good? Josh is back. What's up? Good to see you, Josh. Let's see. I need to wet my whistle. So it looks like tomorrow we're going to get another member. That's pretty dope. I'm excited about that. We're getting closer to unlocking some more emojis. So this weekend, I'm not going anywhere. My main project is to move all of my stuff. I got my Dreamcast, my PS4, my Pro, and my headset over here. I want to get them over there. Reason is because it's cooler. It's not as like a condensed small area. I want to have, and if I can get that done, then I want to make sure that I can get those emojis. Those emojis are going to be important. I got a couple that are coming. One of them has kind of lost its luster because it's not as popular. It was something, but there's stuff coming. And I'm still looking for somebody who has reasonable prices and can kind of match our theme, sort of, you know, kind of the flow of my graphic design, which is, you know, it's not terrible, but it's not great either. We've definitely seen better illustrators than me. I'm almost at the bottom. Loki is here. What is up, Loki? Mr. Respectable. I'm not sure we've seen you in a stream. Welcome. Good to see you. H Games is back. What's up, H Games? Oh ha, Kirsten. Grace is. I always see Grace because they're super long. Oh hi. Tony Cows. What's up, Joshua? What's good, guys? Thanks for stopping by. Kim Tan. Hello, hello. Library of Sorts would be appreciated. Okay, so just a little. Literally just search for. But see, that's the thing though, Loki. If you're old like me and your meme street cred is like non-existent, right? You don't know necessarily what you're looking for. So how do I search if I don't? I've tried searching memes. I've tried searching download MP. I've tried all those different things. And I got like MLG packs and stuff. In fact, I think I got one right here on the, what is it called? Yeah, the biggest MLG green screen pack. It's garbage. It's got sounds and stuff in it. But I mean, I think like the air horn is like one of the, oh, and the Price is Right sound. Those are like the only things that I got. And there's like, dude, gigabytes worth of data that I found and downloaded in this thing. How big is this? It's only 624 megs. Never mind. I was kidding. All right. Who else here? Oh, Robert's here. What's up, Robert? I'm old but lit, Cow says. Not me. Not me. Am I going to talk about the PS5? Today, we don't have anything really breaking about it. If you guys would like to discuss kind of what I know and everything and what you guys know after, I've got a list of things that I want to get through, and then I'm totally down. We could totally talk about that. I'm intrigued. I can't wait. I know a lot of people are on the fence about day one stuff. I'm totally a day one guy. So if you guys want to talk more about that, we can totally get into that. Let's see here. I don't know. Oh, here we go. Taking shots at the guy. Hey, Kirsten, clearly you've seen how busy, like, I'm going crazy over here. And I even snuck out and got to the beach to go see my mom and hang out with the fam on my only day off. You guys remember, Saturday's my only day off. I know that's crazy. I'm not pleading for, I'm just saying, like, I don't have any extra time right now. It's been crazy. Let's see here. 6-month badge. Yes, that's awesome. That's awesome. So I did get a new video card for my computer over here. Things seem to be better. but it's not 100%. It's been kind of doing some tremoring today, so I'm wondering if I just need to get a new computer. Damn, what is up? I see you out there. I always make you laugh. Good. That's part of the point, right? We're here to hopefully, you know, if I can't get you to laugh with me, at least I can get you to laugh at me, right? I mean, that's kind of my goal here. So, you know, quarantine, people came, they saw, they went. Hopefully they'll be back at some point. Kim's asking, how's Tyler P? He's great. He actually played with us today. We couldn't quite squeeze out any wins. We had like 5 second places, I think, and like 2 or 3 thirds, and you know, a couple other. I mean, we were feeling it. Major merkage. It was fun. We had a good day. Robert and I played an extra game after the stream too, and we got all the way to the top 2, and it was 2v1. And then Robert got knocked, and then I blew it. So a 1v2 1. No! I hate it when that happens. You know, growth is good. Overall, we're seeing a decline in watch time and views, which is going to happen. And hopefully it'll come back up sooner than later. What do you guys think of this little theme I got going here today? It's pretty cool. I like I mentioned before, this was something I kind of found after like a 3-hour Google search, and I was doing all sorts of stuff. And you know, normally I compile a bunch of stuff and put it all together and make my own stuff. Like the last few months have been totally like created by me. This one was pretty much, I mean, not quite. I mean, you know, I made some modifications, but not much. Obviously, I added June and the Gamebreak logo and the stuff that's relevant to me. But I mean, you know, did we win one? Oh yeah, we did win one. We did win one. That's right, we did. My bad, I forgot we did win one. But anyways, I thought this was cool. It kind of represents the old hot, which has kind of been a thing lately. If you haven't seen any of the .exe Apex videos, definitely do yourself a favor and watch them. They're hilarious. They're very inappropriate, but definitely good. One of the things that I wanted to talk about too, this is just not essential to you guys or anything. It's just kind of like with all the stuff that goes on around us right now. You know, my grandmother had her 94th birthday. She is in amazing health for 94 years old. I guarantee you she could outwalk me anywhere. Like, I'm serious. She could outwalk me anywhere with or without her walker. She's an amazing human. She just lives right up the road from me. So we go see her about once a week, every other week at least. And so definitely wanted to give a big shout out to old grandma, 94 years old. That's crazy. She just turned 94 this month on the 6th. Grandpa, who passed away last year, you know, he made it to 94 and then only got a couple months. So, you know, not to jinx anything or whatever, but you know, I think grandma's going to outlive me, if I'm being honest. I think she's going to be one of those stories where she just lives forever. You know, we were talking about rotary phones and all that stuff. I mean, grandma, even just the last time we were over there, she always tells us stories about the old days. She grew up in the canyon, and you know, I always tell her, like, I'm so jealous of the era you grew up in. Like, yes, we have technology, we have phone, like video games. I've kind of made a career out of doing this kind of stuff, and like it's awesome. But I mean, man, like just the values and the families and the being able to knock on your neighbor's door and get things and you know everybody, and it was so different, right? And so like, you know, we're talking about all this technology and things, rotary phones and television, like TV. Like I've heard so many like we didn't have none of that stuff. We had to walk uphill both ways to get to school in the snow. You know, I mean, not really quite that bad, but she's quite the storyteller. Like I wish she was a little bit more into like the social media stuff. Even when I take photos of her and even grandpa before he passed, you know, videos of Reese and grandpa wrestling in the chair or whatever, she would often like request that we didn't post any of them on social media. And I'm not sure why. Like they're like local heroes and awesome human beings, but my grandma's just kind of doesn't really want to be out there. But I would love to sit her down. She's one of those grandmas that I'd love to take in my car and just rip on it and just woo. She wouldn't know what to do. You know what I mean? Like I think she would be fun like that. But anyway, so big loves and shout outs to grandma on her 94th. That's a pretty big deal. I hope I make it to 44, let alone 94. Good Lord. Wife and I always talk about our life expectancies and everything. And it's like, man, you know, we've done some things in our time, and and they've not been very good to our bodies. You know, I was terrible to my teeth for a long time, and now I'm paying the price with that. And like, man, I was a bachelor for like, you know, a long time and ate Taco Bell for like breakfast, lunch, and dinner. Backdoor blowies every day for like 10 years. Are you kidding me? My insides are just tore up. So, you know, I'm curious to see how. Meanwhile, grandma has like, you know, never drank, never smoked, never did any of that, like ever. And has always had like fresh from the farm fruits and veggies and all that stuff. And so, what's up, Paz? I see you sneaking in here. So, no, I'm not 48. I'm 42, broski. I'm not that old. You should know that. You were in the trenches with this old man for a long time, bro. You should know that I ain't almost 50. Come on. I mean, I'm going gray. And the shorter it is, it looks like I'm bald. Like it does. It looks like I'm bald. And then how you guys like my helmet head too? I got wearing the headset all day. It's kind of like my wife says I genuinely have kind of like a little divot in my head from what. Does anybody else have one of those? I mean, I'm sure everybody has it in their hair, but does like your head actually have a space carved out for it like mine does? Like if I went full, I mean, now's definitely a bad time to be like, you know, super tight. I guess bald is beautiful still, but you know, you get what I'm saying. Like I'm definitely not gonna shave my head to to show everybody how bad it's. Like this is short as it gets. Short as it gets. Let's see here. Headset dent. You 100% have. Yeah. Yes. I do have one. All right. So next up, I do want to talk about something I've been back and forth. Anybody who's talked to me physically in the last 10 days, 14 days can tell I'm like having a freaking meltdown internally. What's up, Zachary? I see you out there. The Last of Us 2 came out last Friday. Not Friday, but the Friday before. And we live on the West Coast, so we get access. So midnight releases are 9 p.m. for us. So a Friday release, midnight is 9 p.m. Thursday for us. So we kind of get a little bit. I mean, we're the last people to get it unlocked, right? I mean, we are. If you look at the world, I mean, how it rotates and how they generally unlock things based on the time zones. You know, we get that. So Thursday night, I recorded the first hour and I uploaded a video very first thing in the morning. Multiple days went by and it hadn't even reached like 150 views. Okay, so views, as I already mentioned, have dropped quite a bit, and our potential for views never seems to be what everyone would expect. So, like 120,000 subscribers, a video goes up, you would expect 10,000 views at least, right? Right? Why they don't get them, I don't know. I couldn't tell you. I've been saying for years YouTube hates me. I'm pretty sure there's a snippet of code that says, see that guy over there? Don't let him succeed. EA is also in on it. If you guys haven't known, they're also against it. Me. But anyways, all of that being said, 100 views is like ridiculously low, and so hours go into each video. We're, you know, doing the research for where the collectibles are. We're using the guide that, you know, Adam and others have helped put together. And you know, when I'm getting 100 or 200 views for a couple hours worth of work, I mean, I'm sure you guys know it's all a numbers game, right? I mean, I get basically for every 1,000 views that qualify for ads and serve an ad. That doesn't mean every view, just means every view that qualifies. 1,000 views gets me about 350. That's about the average CPM. So 100 to 200 views. I mean, you're saying, so basically you could do some math on that. It's like 4, 5, 6 videos to get to that first 350. And I know, depending on who you are, good Lord, that's a lot of money. You know, 350. Oh my God, not this monster. Oh, 350. Good Lord, that's a lot of money. I get it to some, but when you break it down, if you got 2 hours going into each one of those videos, and it only gets a fraction of, it's hard to justify. And what that tells me is that you guys don't want it. This isn't a money-seeking thing. It's a time thing. I want to make sure that the time we're spending is efficient for what you guys want to watch. And so I put up a poll. And I asked you guys, hey, you guys didn't watch this video, are you guys wanting this video? Because if you do, I'll make them. If you don't want them, then I would rather stream it and not put as much effort into it. And out of 123,000 people, because I put it on YouTube and Facebook, I got about 7 responses. 7. Those 7 responses were 5 leaning towards guide and 2 leaning towards another game. So I had to kind of figure some things out, and I sat on it, and I chewed on it, and I finally decided, and I even told Adam, our guide writer, bro, don't worry about it. I'm not going to do it. It's too much work, not enough interest. It's not a matter of me not wanting to do it. I feel that I would be better served spending time making videos for something like this. Right? You guys have been asking for this for a long time, and I feel like this would be better suited. So I started leaning towards that. Then I got a couple more messages saying, hey bro, like your guides are amazing. I'm sorry you're not getting the love you want, but like it would really help me out. I have a friend that actually personally reached out to me and was like, dude, really? Like this is like one of my favorite games in the world and you're not gonna do it? And so I kind of got guilt tripped into doing it, if I'm being honest. I mean, not really. I guess there was part of me that was like optimistic enough to think that maybe, just maybe, if I started doing some guide videos, that those would be more well received than the first look and the response that I got asking about it. So I put up the first chapter, and that went up on Saturday, all by itself, nothing to confuse anybody. There's no stream happening, no other videos. Saturday, lots of people, the majority are off work versus at work. So I figured that was a good kind of test. And I mean, looking at it right now, it has less than 300 views. So I'm going to trudge through this, you guys. I did some more homework, and I like I said, I gave Adam a pass on this, and I apologize for leading up and saying, hey, so I've got some information from Adam that is regarding a lot of the trophy, because he had gotten quite a ways into it before I pulled the plug. And then we also found a couple of other guides. I mean, there's a few things. PowerPix has got some stuff, if you know who he is. So anyways, there's enough information out there that I could still make guides and advance. And so, essentially, I opted to just keep on keeping on, and I'm going to keep doing it. So Reese has shown interest. Reese is going to help kind of relay the guide and keep me on track while I'm recording, so then I don't have to like do feeler levels, because you guys probably don't know this, but a lot of my process involves me doing trial runs, like especially in Lego games. I will often go and play the whole level but not get any of the mini kits when I'm getting the mini kits, right? And I'll know, okay, here it is. And I'll follow the guide, right? I'm following the guide, but I'll go and I'll find them. Now, I do that because when I'm by myself, I can just go straight and get them all without having to. But if I try to read something and I'm trying to play and then read and play, and I already explained this earlier, my old man Brian brain, it doesn't work as well as some others. Like, I remember a lot of things. Like, for an old dude who's been through the stuff I've been through and choices I've made, I got a pretty good brain, big brain, but old man, big brain. It's not what it used to be. And as I mentioned earlier, and I'll give another shout out to Tyler right now, that dude is mind blowing. He's freaky. He's a robot. He can't be human, because I don't know how many games we've played where he has totally gone, okay, there's 32 collectibles in this level. You ready? I'm ready when you are. Let's go. And he'll run me right to all 32 of those damn collectibles. How does he know? I mean, he's not watching a video or like he may be referencing a list as he goes or something. But even me, I would be messing up. And I got to give him credit. I mean, I think maybe one time he led me to a room that was like, or led me to the right side of the room when it was on the left. Like, and this isn't a butt kissing Tyler. That's like amazing. Like, it blows me away. I can't do that. So I'm like, I gotta ask for help from like Reese and my wife. Like, hey, I got this list of stuff. Could you sit by me and co-pilot? They're always like, yeah, we'll do that for you. So that's nice. And that's what we're gonna do. Reese and I have found some kind of father-son bonding time. Right now, we won't go into full details, but Reese is kind of on a vacation from the sticks. No video games have been played, minus when he was able to stream. so, you know, him getting to watch me play The Last of Us is pretty much the closest thing he's had to experiencing The Last of Us. So definitely cool. I'm excited. I'm loving the game. I real quick too, and this is I'm not gonna mention any names. I have dozens of friends and acquaintances and even people I follow on Twitter that have played this game, and almost every one of them has said that at one point they broke down and cried. Some people have said days needed to be taken to recover from what this game takes you through. Now, I have mixed feelings about that. First of all, like, this isn't like trying to take away any or shoot, but like all these like grown men, 40 plus years old, like openly like, hey man, this video game made me weep like a baby. Like, I want to know what it is that's doing this to people. Like, I'm not clowning. I'm not, like I said, I'm not putting anybody down. I'm not saying it's bad. I'm not calling. I'm just saying like a lot of them are like, some of them are tough guy guys, right? Like military tough guy guys. And like the stuff they're tweeting and posting and sending me text on, it's like, and of course I'm behind, like always. You know, I didn't see the movies in the theater, so I'm always behind in like Infinity War and Skywalker, all that stuff, right? Like I'm always behind in all that kind of pop culture movie show stuff. I usually get caught up, but I'm always behind, and everyone's always spoiling it for me. But let's see here, what's going on in the chat. But I'm loving it. I really am. And I hope you guys will. I hope the series picks up. I did the homework, and I found out that there are 46 levels, something like that. Yeah, 46 levels, but only 36 of them have collectibles, and I'm already through 2 of them. So that means I only got 30. I only got 34 levels left. That's one way to look at it, right? So yeah, I'll be mostly using PowerPix's guide to create our videos, as well as the stuff that Adam left behind for me as well. And big shout out to Adam. I don't know if he's watching right now or if he'll watch this later, but big shout out to the guide writers. Like, I don't care who you are or where you are, if you're on our staff or if we're using somebody else's guides, like, you guys are the real heroes. Like, I'm serious. Like, I can't do any of this junk. I can't make any videos. I can't make things funny. If I, how frustrated and how pissed I get when I, like, you guys don't know. Like, the videos you see look great. People call me like the Lego game god. No. If you've been watching any of our live streams of the Lego stuff, you're starting to see it's all smoke and mirrors. It's all smoke and mirrors. No, but for reals though, the guide writers, everybody out there, Tyler, Doug, Adam, Gary as well. All those guys that have provided stuff for me have just been monumental. Absolutely, like, amazing. So big shout out to them. And so I do have another one, level 3, chapter 3, the Overlook went up today. It's only about a 6.5 minute video. It only has 1 collectible. I made the comment that it was a very lonely collectible and that you guys should go click the quick link to go and check it out and give it some company, because most of those levels have pretty robust lists of collectibles, and there's different types. I mean, there's journals, there's artifacts, there's I should just look at the stupid list. It's right here. There's artifacts, journals, cards, coins, safes, workbenches, manuals, and weapon parts. And the weapon parts are tricky too, because they're all locational based and they're always clumped up, but there's multiples every time. So there could be like a weapon part times 1, and then you pick that up, and then the next one over will be weapon part times 3, and then you pick that one up, and then weapon part times 1. So in the end, you pick up 3 items, but they total 5 parts. It's confusing. And what's even more confusing is me then taking that information and making quick links out of it, right? Because then I've got like weapon part 1, but it's really a cluster of weapon parts, and there's maybe 7 or 12 or 15 actual weapon parts there. So it's definitely confusing, but like I said, it's an amazing game. It's definitely a mature game. Making grown men cry across the country. So I can't wait. I can't wait to see it. For what it's worth too, it's making everybody cry. Just so I'm clear and I don't sound like I'm biased or choosing or picking. Like, I'm just saying, like, some of these guys are really tough. Like, I don't know, like, out of the tweets and the girls, none of them are like tough. Like, they don't portray toughness, right? So for me to see these really tough dudes be like super open, oh snap, how do Vagin Gems? I probably slaughtered that, but what's up? Welcome to the channel. Thanks for the sub. Hopefully you enjoy our content. Let's see here. How far are you away from walkthroughs on The Last of Us 2? So this is what's mind-blowing to me too. I just got this message right now from Malcolm. Malcolm, I don't know if you're out there watching the chat. I'm by no means upset or anything at you, but this is what's frustrating. I post this crap everywhere. I'm all over my Facebook. I'm all over YouTube. YouTube sends out notifications. I'm live talking about it right now, and I'm still seeing that people are not getting notified. And again, that brings me back to the whole concept of, I feel like, and there's no way to check, there's no way to know, I feel like YouTube has something that's I don't know if glitched is the right word, filtered might be the right word. I'm not exactly sure what the right word is to use there, but when okay, so let me just tell you this. I've told the story a million times. Here's the short version, and Nam and Paz and everybody else, settle down. It's not a long story. Usually when I say long story short, it's always 20 minutes. We were doing great. We had a video get reported. That video then gave us a strike. We were in trouble with YouTube because of that strike. Once the 6 months passed and that strike was removed and we had not earned more, from that point of getting the strike on, our numbers were down. So it's almost like, I mean, this is the way I think of it. I feel like there are two big factors. One of them is I feel like there's a door that was once open all the way, has been mostly shut. I feel like they're not sending our stuff out. They're not like suggesting our videos as they do a lot of other channels that are of our equal level. And I feel like a lot of people still don't have the bell rang. I had 30, 40,000 people subscribe before they even added the bell function. And when they added that bell function, they did not default the bell function on. They left it off. So I get why they did it that way. Some people have hundreds of channels they sub to. That can get really confusing and ridiculously annoying if you've got 200 people you've subbed to and they all upload every day. 200 notifications to your phone. I could see that as being mind-numbing. Now, I have heard that they do have a way that you can get all of your notifications at a specific time. So let's say you get off work at 5 o'clock and you're at home and you're ready to watch at 6. So at 6 o'clock you get an alarm, and that email or alarm or notification buzzes you for all the notifications that have gone live. Now, the terrible thing about that is that if somebody goes live during the day, the whole point of the notification sending it to you to be live for that stream is broken. It does not work. Now, the flip side of that is if you have it off, you don't get that notification while you're at work, and then you wouldn't get it at home. So at least the user is opting in would get them then versus never. So, but I still feel like, I mean, I even did a video, and I think I talked about this last game break. I think we did. I did a video. So at the time, a couple of years back, let's see, it was actually in October of 2016. So almost 4 years ago, we were told by YouTube Creative Academy consultant, we were told to create a video to so we told them, we don't think our people are getting notified. We don't think they've rang the bell. And they agreed. They said, yes, by default, they have it off. There's a huge portion of your audience that doesn't even know it exists, let alone have it on. I said, well, that sucks. How do we change that? Their response was, make a video to tell them. So let's retrace these steps. Make a video to tell people that they're not getting notified, but they won't ever see it because they're not getting notified. Think about that. Anyways, that video has definitely. Where are we at on views? Let me see where we're at. I just loaded it up, and so it has 1,500 views. So in 4 years, 1,500 views. Unfortunately, it's probably the 1,500 people that were already notified, right? Already rang the bell. It's just such a weird thing. I don't know how to fix it. I wish there was a way that YouTube would allow us to like once a year maybe, or once period, you could ping your channel and it would notify every single person that's subscribed. Hey, you didn't notify yourself by ringing the bell. Ring our bell. You know, that would be cool. But they don't have that. And I don't know how you really work that in, because, you know, people would abuse the crap out of that too if it was something that wasn't restricted to like one time only. And when do you pull the trigger on one time only? Do you do it right now? Do you do it in 6 months? Do you wait a year? You know? I mean, I feel like overall they should have some sort of way for us to check. Now, they did add in this last update, like, I don't know, 6 months ago or whatever when we got it, they did add a way to check to see. So I can actually see how many people are subscribed ringing the bell. Here it is right here. Subscribers who've turned on all notifications for your channel. 12.7%. So 15,000 people have their bell rang. 105 do not. Think about that. 105,000 people, and maybe they chose it that way. A lot of those people probably were subbed before the bell even existed, though. So how do I get them to ring the bell? I don't know. Oh, snap. Christopher Garvin, thanks for the sub. Welcome to the channel. Hopefully you enjoy our content. There is another list here. It says subscribers who turned on all notifications for your channel and enable YouTube notifications. 6.7%, 8.3 thousand. Now it does say the average for the top one, the 12.7%, it's 10 to 30. So I'm definitely on the low end, but I am within that kind of, you know, typical YouTube percentage. Which for them means that they'll probably just go, hey, yeah, you're within there. It's just, that's how it is. It's just the platform. Anyways. All right, let's see here. Ring bell. Yeet. What's up, Alexander? Welcome to the stream. Make a video telling them how to watch a video that they're not getting. Yeah, no, and that's what they told me to do. And that's what, and it's just, it's absolutely crazy. If you guys want to see the video, I think this is it right here. Hopefully I didn't post a naughty link. Everybody click it. Click it now. Do it. Do it. I think that's it. Let me double check. Oh. Nope, something went wrong, it says. Okay, and it took me away from the stream. So that was a double fail for me. I must have posted the wrong link there. Hey, what's up there? Bryovson? Is that right? Bryovson? Let's see here. Search across your channel. Get notif. So, and to be honest with you, not to sound like a hootie hoo or whatever, I actually feel like I did an excellent job on this video. Like I put in effort with like, so you want to know how to do it on a phone? Bam, I got it. You want to learn how to do it on this? Bam, got it. Hey, what's up, Blake? Good to see you. So I'm trying to load that. It keeps saying something went wrong. Why is it saying, are you guys able to load with that link? It takes you away. Okay, yeah, don't do that then. I don't know what's going on. Like, it's like, here, hold on. Like, this is the same link it keeps giving me. Or is it? That one's different. Does that one work? That one doesn't work either. What is going on? Dude, okay. I can't even believe it. So the video doesn't even work. Like, I can see it, but it doesn't work for me. Oh, you liked it? Okay, so it did work for you guys. Okay, so it did work. Okay. I don't know why it's not working. It keeps taking me to an error page and saying something went wrong. Why did something go wrong? Pat says it's working. Okay, good. Anyways, watch that video or whatever. I mean, it's old, but I mean, I feel like I did a pretty sweet job of like doing the phone stuff and doing the web stuff and explaining why. And it wasn't like a, hey, subscribe to me. It was literally about, hey, YouTube made changes. You probably don't know this about all of your people you sub to. You're not getting all your notifications because you don't have the bell ring. And maybe you do, but anyways. All right, so good. We got through that. We're all good on that. I already mentioned this. We did talk about this before too. So as soon as we get done with The Last of Us, we're actually going to jump into this, the Lego Indie. I got a graphic here that I put up, but I realized last month, and then I forgot this month that it's actually for Lego Indie 2. So not to confuse you guys, the goal is to get Lego Indie 1 done first, and then jump into 2, and essentially, we'll be doing the standard story, free play, preparing for free play, all that stuff. And I don't think there's much free roam in that game. I haven't ever played it, but I've heard it's really small. So The Last of Us is going to be happening Tuesdays, Thursdays, and Saturdays is the goal. On some of those days, depending on how far recent I get ahead, I might actually do double releases. If that's something that bothers you guys or you'd prefer I not do, let me know. Oh, snap, Tim, you snuck in here. What's up? So I'm just wondering, like, what is your guys' limit for uploads too? Do you guys have a limit? Like, if I get like 5 videos done tomorrow and Thursday, like, should I upload them all and release them all, or is it better to schedule them out? Like, I know some people want to get to them sooner, so what I do is I'll leave the video unlisted. I'll release it on the same days, Tuesdays, Thursdays, Saturdays. So I'll upload 3 videos, Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturday. Video 1 on Tuesday will go up, but it'll have a link to video 2 and 3. Even if it's only on Tuesday and video 2 and 3 haven't been released yet, if it's available and I've done it, it should be there, but you have to go to the end screen of the video. So you'd have to watch video 1 all the way to the end. Once you get to the end, you would then click the little link that it pops up and it shows you. And of course, you can skip to the end too. You don't have to watch the whole video, but just saying, there is a button at the end that'll take you to the next one if it's available. I did that with the Lego Star Wars stuff, and it was actually really funny for me to see, because sometimes I would be 10, 15. At one point, I was 23 videos ahead. 23 videos were online, listed, unlisted, and linked to each other. And it was funny because 23 videos ahead was getting 7 or 10 views. People were watching them. I don't even know how. They weren't even attached to a playlist, so it wasn't like they were getting notifications for a playlist or updates or anything. Like, they weren't going to the playlist and seeing them there. They were finding, and some people were returning to come back and see if there was another link added to the end of the last video that I'd uploaded or released, whatever it was. I thought that was really cool, so I'm going to continue to do that. But I'm wondering if maybe 1 or 2 a day, if 2 a day would be too much. Blake says, I played the first a bit, and hey, you didn't like The Last of Us 2? Wow. Or The Last of Us for 1? I thought it was epic. But I love all the Naughty Dog games. I love all the Uncharted's. They tell such a great story. But looks like Briov's son's got to go. Peace out, Briov. Cows, let's see, not limited here, but I've been born, retired. Job on the Lego Avengers, went back and played it during the COVID. Nice, Tim. Thanks for going back and checking those out. It's always nice. That's one of the things about our videos. So positives and negatives about the type of videos we were accustomed to doing, and kind of why we also transitioned into some other stuff, the streams. The guide videos, and this is also a big piece of information for anybody wanting to do YouTube and everything. Guide videos are going to provide a more consistent, more long-term residual analytic than a stream will. More often than not. Some of the guys that are big, like, Noah J and PewDiePie and, all those guys, Ninja, sometimes you get kids or people that want to see Ninja and they're not streaming, and they'll go back and watch old streams and stuff, and they do accumulate lots and lots of views too. But guide videos that are more tutorial based seem to have a longer window for viewability. And that's because you know, people pick up a game and they're like, hey, I haven't played this yet. I wonder if there's a guide available, right? So, and not everybody is on the new console. Not everybody gets day one game releases. I know people, Robert, who don't buy games until they're $20 or less. Like, he has a rule that if it's $20 or more, he won't buy it. And I don't really hate on that rule, but he is a little behind. He has to avoid spoilers worse than I do. You know, so, but I feel like the streams are hot now, but sizzle off and cool really quick. You know, and so by doing both, I think we're kind of hitting two big genres, two big areas. So we're going to continue to do our streams. Robert's still here. You know, we're going to continue to do our streams. I have mentioned that when Lego's Skywalker Saga drops, there is a very good possibility that the stream times will drop down to 2 hours versus 4 hours until I can get ahead of things. As you guys know, it's way harder to document and produce guide videos than it is to just play it. So you guys as players can whip through this stuff so stinking fast. And for those day one purchasers, I got to do my best to try to get as much content out as quickly as possible. Now, normally that's when I lean on the guide writers to go ahead and get the work in progress guide up on our website. And then as the game is being, you know, completed by them, they update it every day. And as much information as we have is available to the user. But a lot of the times, I mean, I don't know how many times. I mean, Simon, I think, was even one of the more recent ones with DC that beat it before me. You know, there's a lot of people that beat Lego Movie 2 before me, right? They're, you know, days, if not weeks in some cases, because, you know, like, I think Tyler beat it in, like, I don't know, 72 hours and some change or something like that. He whipped through it. And he had a lot of stuff going on in RL at the time too. So like, it was amazing. But me, it took me like 4 months to get those videos all up. So I had the guide in like 3 days, but it took me like 3-4 months to get. And then look what I did with, you know, Gary put that guide together for Lego Star Wars: The Complete Saga. And the whole point of that was to stretch that out as long as possible because we knew we weren't going to have any Lego stuff anytime soon. So in July, late July, he sat down and created the guide. And by, I don't know, I think August, I was already uploading videos for it. And I just finished that last month. I mean, I stretched that puppy out. But again, I was only uploading 3 days a week. And it did stretch that out. Now, that was one that wasn't relevant to time. It was something that we were doing more for the archive, for the people who will go back and either replay it again because the new one's coming out, or maybe they never got a chance to play it and wanted to play it. And we also kind of stirred up the pot a little bit. A lot of people said, look, I never played this. I wasn't going to, but now that you're doing it, I'm playing it. So that means the world to us that you guys sometimes pick and choose your games based on what we play. But just know that sometimes if you get a game at launch, it's going to take me a while. And this Lego Skywalker Saga, that's going to take forever. I mean, 45 levels, you know already, 45 story, 45 free play. That's 90 videos right there. We also know that there's other stuff going on too. There's going to be free roam. There's planets galore, which will be the free roam. You know, it's going to be interesting. It's going to be interesting. It's going to be a lot of fun, a lot of work. And, you know, I know my guide writers are up for it. I know they are. So I'm stoked for it. But that's still, you know, a couple months out at least. I saw a video this morning from a guy who is just the clickbait master. And he was trying to say that there was a new date. It's November. And he was acting like it was official and he had the breaking info. But I've fallen victim to like 6 of his videos before where he said some stuff like that, and I clicked the button and it was lies, all lies. And I'm not exactly sure if it was legit or not. I think it had something to do with a release of a Lego set that had a sticker on it that said, play this in November when the game comes out. You know, which before it said October. So, you know, now they're putting stickers over them, I guess. Anyways, I don't really know anything more than you guys do about that. I will say this, though. I was lied to. And I am very curious. I've waited to hear something official to do something about it. But as you guys know, I'm sponsored by Warner Brothers. Warner Brothers does not communicate directly with me. They actually pay a PR firm, which I will not disclose the name of them because I don't want people hounding them. But this PR firm is, I don't know, roughly 25, 30 people at least that deal with creators, content creators just like myself. And out of this team, they get like, you know, they'll get a call from like, you know, Warner Brothers. I don't know who it is, if it's Warner Brothers, TT, or who, it may be Art Parsons, it may be nobody involved on the team that actually makes the game. Whoever it is, though, they call and they go, hey, we want this many games to go to this many creators, and we've also got some other goodies for you. Make it cool. And they create these boxes and these little kits. You've seen them. Most recent one is The Last of Us 2 that went out. It came in a big crate, and the crate opens up, and inside it's got all this grassy, like astroturfy looking cover, and it's got like spots that control it. I didn't get one, but that I'm just using that as an example. But I recently got hit up by them for another game. It was actually a couple of months ago. It was Doom Eternal when that game came out. And they said, hey, we got Doom. And they work with other people too. Obviously, Doom is a Bethesda-based game. And they were like, you know, hey, we've got a code for you and everything. So I asked them, I said, hey, that's great. I really appreciate it. There was a whole bunch of hubbub that we went back and forth on about 15 emails because that's a whole nother story. But they ended up, they left it open. And I said, hey, by the way, I was just wondering if you guys had any information on the Lego Star Wars Skywalker Saga. And they said, no, we're not covering that. We don't have that. And I said, well, wait a minute. What do you mean you're not covering it? And then they told me, hey, we don't have any, we have no information, we have no contacts, nobody here is designated to that game. And I went, oh crap. Then I went, wait a minute, I got an email from them when they did the trailers. So they've for sure been contacted, and so I even went back and I pulled up. I've got a PDF that they sent me. Warner Brothers, the PR firm, sent me this PDF. On the PDF, I've got 2 emails. One is directly to a dude that's in charge of Warner Brothers distribution, and I also have the guy who's the point of contact at the PR firm that I normally do the deals with. So I've kind of been waiting for a clear, official update of some sort from Warner Brothers TT. Anybody on a Twitter account, anything official, right? Not any fly-by-night YouTubers, not any made-up stuff by me or any other editor or whatever out there, like real stuff. As soon as I get anything, I'm emailing Buddy at my PR firm. And if I don't hear from him, I'm going to try to go above his head. I mean, why would they give me the email and say, contact us with any questions if I'm not allowed to contact him with any questions, right? But for that chick to tell me they're not covering that game, that really made me wonder why she would tell me that. Because what do I have to gain or lose from that, right? Like, but now that made me wonder, like, did some ties get cut? Like, is the game not coming out yet? Maybe there just wasn't a point of contact, but there is. I've got it. So I'm really kind of confused as to why that information came in, and I don't know when we're going to get new information, unfortunately, about it. You know, May 4th was supposed to be the day, and it was, but it wasn't. So, you know, obviously COVID has affected things worldwide. It's almost for sure delayed this game. Now, maybe it hasn't. Maybe they've all been peachy, working right along. Maybe they really genuinely needed this much time to polish the game. 45 levels, all the planets, all the hub stuff, all the button configurations for the 4 different consoles that are, I mean, PC, Switch, Xbox, and PlayStation. Not to mention, they might do, I don't know, I guess portable stuff doesn't really exist. I mean, people still have 3DS and Vita and all that, but nobody really plays that. Switch is basically the portable these days. So anyways, you guys wanted to talk about PS5s too. They look great. I can't wait to get my hands on it. I feel like the computing power is like nothing we've ever seen before. The only thing I can say about that is that, just like with any other console jump, yes, we're getting better computing power, but they're just gonna max that stuff out anyway. So games are still gonna have potential load time. I know they're SSDs, no load times. They're probably gonna have load times. So be ready for that. But I think the overall computing power is gonna be great. We're not gonna have any other consoles out there that have the realness that these new ones will. Boy, my yapper has flapped too long today, I think. Moving right along. I've pretty much got to the end of my list. I mean, I got Patreon shouts, and then, you know, if you guys want to talk about something else before my allergy attack fully kills me here. God, I don't know what's happening. Like, I always got dog and cat hair floating around. It's possible that I've ingested one, and we'll have to make the best of it. But let's see here. What are we talking here? We got some Red Dead was the best. Yeah, Red Dead was a very cool game. I was really worried about playing that, uploading any content, even to our mature channel, just because of the things that I was seeing happening. Now, granted, a lot of the stuff I saw that was being ridiculed was like, you know, Buddy feeding a character to a pig in the game, like really hardcore weird stuff. But I opted to not play it at all, just to the overall graphic nature and explicit lines that were used. Now, I'm finding out that The Last of Us 2, I mean, in the first 40 minutes, there's like 10 or 12 F-bombs, and like, you know, it doesn't bother me. Like, I genuinely have a potty mouth. Like, it is an absolute anomaly that I'm able to not swear while streaming and playing. Like, you guys don't know. I mean, I'm not bragging. I just was raised around lots. You know, my dad was a golfer, and he also was a beer truck delivery. So my first like 10 years of life, I saw nothing but people delivering beer and being at bars and places like that. The next 10 years was all golf, in and out of golf shops, and you know how golfers be talking. Whoosh, you know, 4 is a word that they should use more, because they're not. But, you know, that was one of the reasons I steered away from Red Dead, was just the overall violence and everything. Chacho says he's waiting a full year to get a PS5. You know, Tyler and I were talking the other day too, and he even said, yeah, I don't plan on getting one at launch. I was like, what? Why not? It's not a money thing. He's been saving for a house. He's got lots of money, way more money than I do. In fact, can I get a loan? No, I'm just kidding. He said it wasn't a money thing. He was just like, there's really not any games that I'm just needing to play right away. And I mean, you know, he's, you know, a budget shopper in the sense that he often waits till like Black Friday and like, which that's probably going to be changed, huh? That's probably not going to be called that anymore, but we won't get into that discussion. I'm just saying, like, as soon as it came out, it just was like, pump the brakes. That's got to go, you know? But he waits till those, you know, those monumental sales and goes from there. And so I don't know if there's going to be any, obviously this year for the holiday stuffs and the big sales, there's not going to be any, discounted PS5s, but in next year is a long time. My guess is he will fold. There will be a game that'll pop up, something will pop up, and it'll be like, oh, I gotta play it. Whether it's the, you know, Miles Morales Spider-Man stuff, or it'll be something will catch him, and he'll get the PS5 day one bug just like me. I don't know, Robert, are you planning on getting it? One of the things I want to know is Respawn Entertainment working on anything for the PS5? Like, I'm wondering if Apex is going to be like a day one downloadable thing. I'm wondering if maybe they're going to do any kind of, like, Apex, they totally hosed all the Apex players by not giving a larger trophy requirement, or not even revamping it by giving DLC trophies or something. Like, that could be improved greatly. I would love to platinum an Apex Legends game, and I would love to see Apex get some Titanfall 2 DNA, some more, right? I mean, that's where the game originally was pulled from. But I'd love to see like a more of a PvE cooperative, kind of like, I mean, Titanfall was actually pretty legit. It got a bad rap due to the robots and stuff, but I mean, you take those robots out and have Apex be more of that, You know, and Apex, it might turn into like Apex Fall or Titan Legends, or you know what I mean, some sort of combined wordry, a Brianism, if you will. But yeah, let's see here. Not day one. Need a TV first, Robert says. All right. Well, now's the time to buy a tube, man. They're cheap. Cheap. It's up the PS5 don't require 4K only. It's my understanding that there will be a 1080p output. I don't know that, but that's from what I understand. It will be the HDMI will plug in. Basically, it'll just max out at whatever your TV will max out, right? Like if your TV can handle HDR and all that stuff, then it'll send the signal through. If it can't, then it probably won't. I don't really know anything more than you guys do, so it's hard to really say. Austin's asking, am I going to platinum Little Big Planet 3? That is the kind of the goal right now. There is a possibility that we might be joined by either Reese or, I mean, maybe even Gray in the next week or two. Gray will probably not likely be this week, but the next week is a higher probability of that for sure. So we'll see how that goes. But yeah, I mean, as it sits right now, that's kind of in the cards. However, there are some pretty greasy trophies, like Ace, all of the adventure levels. I haven't looked at the breakdown. Like, I've got a guide and scrolled through it while we were live playing on a couple of specific trophies or moments, but I haven't looked at the overall scope of things. I haven't broke it down to see, like, I mean, there may only be like 15 or 20 adventure levels, and if that's the case, we just got to make sure we don't bring Joey. I'm just kidding, Joey. Nothing but love, broy. Nothing but love. But no, we have to not die. I think we have to just figure out what the ace is, because there's like 3 elements, I think. You have to complete the level. We already did most of those. You have to get the 100% of the bubbles, the collectibles, all the stickers and the decorations. And then you also have to do no depths. So I feel like it's going to be a lot like a Lego game, in the sense that you start off with what you start off with, and then you play through, and as you go through, you unlock a bunch of stuff. I know that, like, Joey kept saying rocket boots, rocket shoes, rocket boots, whatever they were. And I'm wondering if we're going to be able to, like, fly through these levels a lot easier, or how long they last. I mean, they may cause more turmoil than they do good, right? That's always a possibility. But all that being said, yes, as it sits right now, that has kind of filled the Monday slot until we complete it and delete it. That is the thought. If analytics drop off and suck, we might change it, but I will say, let's see here. Let me get a quick peek at it right now. You know, hey, it's doing better than a lot of other stuff. I mean, it's got more views and watch time than our Man-Eater stuff, than our Modern Warfare stuff. In the last 2 Minecraft Dungeons stuff, yeah, I mean, I got to go back a couple weeks before I start seeing numbers that are greater. And that's the thing, again, about the streams. They don't necessarily continue to get views as time goes on. Most of the people that want to see the streams watch them live or catch them within the first day or so, and then it kind of fades off and they don't really get views. But those guide videos, you know, Lego Harry Potters, the Lego Jurassic Worlds, all them things get a lot. But Little Big Planet, it's kind of reaches home with a lot of people, and you know, that thumbnail though too. Did y'all see that thumbnail? That was a legit thumbnail. It was, with Joey, the big ol', and Todd, the little chicken legs. And me, I just went with Sackboy. Of course, I tossed Thumby in there too. I was gonna throw Reese in there, but he ended up not making it in time. So, all right. Oh snap! Dean approved, $10 super chat. What's up, Dean? Thanks for the super chat, my guy. Much love. Greatly appreciate that. Thanks for helping me find all those mini kits. You're Dean approved. I love it. You know, it was funny when it popped up like that. I kind of read it that way, and I was going to spin it and make a joke, but you already did it for me, so thanks. Love it. Thank you so much, Dean. Glad we can help out. Always be aware that, you know, Facebook or Twitter can be a good place to get a hold of us, to ask us questions if you ever get stuck or anything like that. You know, I do my best to provide all the info I can. Sometimes these games are 5, 6, 7, 8 years ago that I played them, so they're not necessarily fresh in old man Brian brain. So I do what I can to go ahead and pass on the guides or info. I'll even Google stuff for people. You guys know because you've come and asked me, and I've tried to do my best to help. So much love, Dean. I love it. I approve of your approval. Double stamp a triple stamp. You can't double stamp a triple stamp. What movie's that from? Everyone in the chat should know that. If you're not aware, we might not be able to be friends anymore. Or we might have to reintroduce ourselves at a later date when you do know what movie that's from. Come on, I know it's a delay, but I'm waiting to see it just because I know everybody knows. You can't double stamp a triple stamp. All right, real quick. I do want to say that there are potential changes coming for this next segment. Every week we toss this out. We remind you guys, if you guys want to be awesome, even awesomer than just watching videos, you want to step above and beyond, patreon.com is one way that you can do that. Super chatting is another way. We always appreciate it. Never needed, never. It is what it is. If you guys have it, you want to, great. Much love. Patreon, though. This is a spot that has been a way to directly connect with us. And there was kind of some behind the scenes stuff that I was trying to keep up with, and the activity wasn't really there. I'm still there. It's still happening. So there's still stuff, but it's not as popping as I wish it was. That being said, there's also been some changes. As of tomorrow, they're initiating a sales tax. And I know that some of you may not be really peachy on that. And that's okay. And so we're going to see how it goes for the next month or two. But we may shift gears and move it to YouTube so that it's all under one roof. And then what we might do is just have different membership tiers. So right now we have a 99-cent membership tier, and then we have a couple of different tiers on Patreon. We would adjust those accordingly, and then you guys could pick and choose what works for you, and it would be all integrated directly into the system, which I think is a little bit better. However, we do our best to make sure that all the Patreon supporters do get recognized, and we do that every month by at least acknowledging them right here during the game breaks. We also do our best to shout out any of the new Patreon supporters. So when we get a new one, we always blast it out on our social media. Thanks to so-and-so for being a new Patreon supporter. Here's a link to our Happy Thumbs Namer Wall of Fame. That's right, Happy Thumbs Namer. It's our Wall of Fame. All the names of the people who have supported us. If you support us once, you get added to the list. We don't take you off. It's just one of those things. It's I don't want to call it a memorial, but it's what's the word I'm looking for? Anyways, these shoutouts are going to be tough. First of all, let's give some love to all the $5 and up supporters. These guys have been around more or less since day one. A couple of them slid in last month or the month before. Really, it doesn't matter when you did, but much love to y'all. Big thanks to all these guys. Look at that list. It's getting bigger. At some point, I'm going to have to maybe do layers. Like Thumbie's going to have I'm going to have multiple Thumbies. That's going to be interesting to see how that all breaks down. But yeah, an honor wall. That's a good way to put it. Thank you, Race. But big shout out to all those guys. Again, those are all the $5 and up supporters. Now, a few of those guys have gone even above that and have actually pitched in at $10. There's even a couple that have some custom. Hey, Joey, you did come just in time. That's right. Joey was on that list. The custom, they're big, like 50s. I've even had a couple hundos. And, you guys are amazing. I thank you so much for all that. So, again, we've got some $10 supporters. These guys right here are in no particular order. I try to mix them up every month so it doesn't seem like they're in the same order or whatever. But again, these are all $10 and up Patreon supporters and they've helped a lot. Like it does add up. I mean, I see some of the totals of some of the somebody asked me the other day, who's been the most super chatter of all. And there's been a couple of suggestions. There's obviously some big hitters that frequent the chat. And if we're talking specifically super chats, then it'd be one of those two guys for sure. But I've got one particular Patreon supporter who's been a Patreon supporter since day one and above a custom amount. And the number is ridiculous. Like, I'm almost ashamed to say it. Like, it's in the thousands. Like, it's awesome. Like, I love it. Like, and you know, can't say thanks enough. Like, it's one of those weird things, you know, like, and I know it's kind of reciprocal because I provide happiness in a form of entertainment, right? I'm not like bottled up and guaranteed. It does come and go, but I mean, you know, essentially, you know, the entertainment and then the help, you know, and the way that I help. I think that's where we connected the most. It's the fact that I am not, you know, crass and crazy. And I mean, okay, crazy, that may be a good description, but anyways, much love to all of the 5. Here's the 10s. Ready? April White! Thank you so much, April, for your support. I can't thank you enough. It's been a long time you've been on this list, and I love shouting out your name every month. Now, this next one I always struggle with. There's always a couple. There's always one, at least, that I struggle with. It used to be a tricky name. It was a name that I said right if you had an American accent. But because it was a Dutch word, nah, I was off every single time. But this next one, this one is more of a self-proclaimed name. And I always get it wrong, so I apologize in advance right now. But Xaria! Thank you so much for the patronage. And oh, I'm bumping into my green screen here. I'm getting a little wild and wacky over here. Let's see here. Chacho, no worries. Don't sweat the fact that your Patreon is no longer active. It's all good. You're here every day. You're one of the most regular supporters, and I totally recognize that. Money is not nearly as important as just friendship and hanging out and you're dead. Like, that means more to me than like, it really does. So appreciate that. Don't feel bad if and when it works out again and you can choose, but that's on you. That is all good. You've done more than enough, and I appreciate that. One of us. That's funny because I don't know if you're referencing the South Park episode. I know there's been a couple of things that's in, but we're almost to that episode with Reese watching that. He has, and I keep saying it. He's like, "What are you talking about?" It's kind of like the Underpants Snobes too. The time to go to work out that way. The Underpants. I was saying that for weeks, and he was like, "What are you doing?" And then he finally stopped. I was like, "Ah." Next up, we got Greater Dre. Thank you so much, Gray. Much love for the patronage. Next up, we've got Andrew Hosted. You know, that being said, Andrew, where have you been, man? Are you okay? Like, you are one of our big hitters as well. You're always here. You always stop in. You're nothing but positive, showing love to everybody. We haven't seen you in, like, at least a full week, if not 2. And I'm not just, like, saying, where are you at with the Super Chat? I'm saying, like, I hope you're genuinely okay, as we haven't seen you at all. Anybody out there seen any activity? I haven't seen him on Facebook or nothing now that I'm thinking about it. I should reach out and make sure he's all right. If anybody's seen any of his videos, if he's uploaded anything recently or whatever, let me know. Just so, because that's actually, now I'm thinking about it, like, it's been a while. Like, questionably long. Yeah, even Ray's is saying, like, man, and you know, I don't know if you guys remember, Andrew actually had some health issues. I'm really hoping that everything's okay. So big time shout out for Andrew for being a $10 Patreon supporter. Next up, we got Jason Baloney. Thank you so much, Jason, for your support. You know, Saturday, I missed out on your Catterday photos. He's pretty good. I follow him, and he's got a couple of little, and he's always got good photos. And one of them actually looks like our old Emmett. I don't know if you guys remember Emmett or not, but Emmett passed away a couple years ago, and so whenever I see those photos, it always reminds me of old Schmim Dog. Next up, we got Michael Kasberg. You know, Michael often shows up. He's way far ahead of me in the time zone stuffs too. He's often here for the game breaks because it does kind of line up better with his times. I was hoping he would be here by Patreon shoutouts. Joey made it right in time to see his. I was hoping Michael was going to be the next one because he usually makes it towards the end, and it's towards the end. So Anyways, much love, Michael. Appreciate your support. Next up, we got a familiar name. I shout it out every month. Bonnie Miller. Thank you so much, Bonnie, for your patronage. Much love to you for all the support you show us. Last but not least, you guys know him as a guide writer. He's helped out tremendously around here, in and out and behind the scenes. I got a little story to tell you, actually, too. It's Douglas. It's Douglas Wright. Dougie Fresh. So most of you guys know this. Let's see here. I don't have one. There's one. There's one over there. I could get it. Okay. I don't want to do this because you're gonna see how bad the struggle is to get out of my damn chair here. I can't even get out. All right, hold on. I get out this way. All right, hold on. I'll show you what I'm talking about here. So about it was 2014. 2014. We were going to PAX. I don't know if you guys are familiar with PAX, but it's a big game con, and oh look, it's all green screened out. You can barely see it. Let me see if I'm trying to get. Oh, it's tough to see. Trying to get the lighting just right, but you can see it's a stuffed Thumby, right? We had a bunch of these made, and Doug's sister Sam made them. And let me see if I can get my chair back in here. I'm telling you, it's not even just that I've got like quarantine body going here. It's like there's just legit not enough room up here. Which is why I was talking about maybe making a special stream room or whatever, but that didn't happen. But anyway, so point of the story is Dougie, his sister, made all of those for us. And basically I don't know if she had the fabric or she went and got it or whatever, but she spent like $100 and then she ended up making like 150 or something off me. It wasn't much. It was way too good a deal for me. And she much loved to Sam for hooking it up. Well, anyways, she placed the order, she got it all done, and Doug actually flew out here with them from Georgia, so we never shipped or had any issues with that. He delivered 30, 20 or 30, I can't remember what the number was, but it was a lot. And he time goes on, and I guess he messaged me and he was like, yeah dude, Sam had a bunch of fabric left over, so she made this giant Thumby. And I was like, really? He started sending me photos, and it was pretty big, pretty legit. And as it turns out, she's over it. She doesn't want to see it no more. So she hit me up, and she's going to send it to me. We're working out the logistics right now. I offered to have her pull it out and pull out all the stuffing and send it just that way, and then I'll go get some stuffing locally and stuff it. Because, it's like 3 feet tall, at least. And then, like, however wide, 2.5 feet wide or whatever. That's gonna be cool to have. Like, it really is. That's this giant Thumby. Now my biggest worry is Drek's gonna eat it. Anyways, all right, guys, I've got through all the Patreon stuff. We talked about all sorts of stuff in and out of my list. I don't know if you guys have any last minute stuffs. I gotta go run the wife all over town right now because she's gonna make an amazing dinner. And right before the stream, we discussed that we had like 3 or 4 items that we don't have. So I got to go get some stuff. And, I'm her chauffeur these days. I drive around everywhere, and I love driving my car. So it is what it is. Really, yeah, it's going to be good size. She sent me some photos of it. I'll try to see if I can maybe figure out a way to get them on a stream or something in the next day or so. But hopefully it'll be here in the next couple of weeks. I told her, don't worry about it. Like, I'm still not going to the post office to send out the giveaways. Like, that's why you always stickers and a couple of keychains, stuff I can fit in an envelope and put a stamp on it, send it from my house, right? So I'm not expecting her or anybody else. I have a game that I need to send back to the Gray family, and I told him, I said, hey, I hope you don't mind. Like, I'm just not in a hurry to go be in places like that, standing in lines with peoples, and my city is like borderline crazy still. And then you go about 40 minutes north, and it's even crazier. They're on day like 29 or 30 of protesting, and every day it starts off great, like this big group of like well-respected, good people doing good peacefully, and then it just unfolds. And I don't know if it's those same people. I don't know if people are showing up. I don't know if it's the second. I have no idea, but it's crazy, and I'm not trying to be involved. I've been seeing videos and stuff of local things happening here, it's crazy. So I'm not trying to go anywhere, and I ain't trying to have anybody go anywhere for me either. So, you know, I told her, don't worry, no hurry on sending it. But, you know, if you're comfortable going and you want to and you're ready to get it the hell out of there, then let me know where to send the money to PayPal you, and I'll do it. I'll probably just zap the money right over to Doug because I still got a direct line to his bank account. It's one way, only me to him, unfortunately. Otherwise, I would never log on again. I would just leech from his account. No, I'm just kidding. I'm not that bad. I'm not that bad. All right, Chacho says, where I live, it's crazy here also. Yes, it's definitely, you know, we live in an interesting time right now, and I certainly try to stay away from the heavy conversations a lot just because that's not what we're here for. But, you know, I will just say, you know, do what you can to do the good, right? I know that sounds cliche, probably makes me sound like a weirdo or whatever, but it's true. You know, open the door for the stranger at the supermarket. Help the old guy get in his car. Like, do the things that we used to do that made us human, right? Like, we're a bunch of bots. And I mean that in the nicest way, but we are. We're all a bunch of bots. And we need to not be. So that's my PSA for the day. Hopefully it wasn't too heavy for you. Really appreciate each and every one of you that swung through here, hung out. Some of you have been here from an hour before the stream even started to now, and we're here this morning too. You guys, I recognize that. That means the world to me. I love hanging out with you guys. I can't wait till tomorrow. We get to Platinum Maneater. Let's go. If I get it done quick, we're going to do Jazz Punk as an encore. Double Platinum, maybe. Then, of course, tomorrow evening, I'll be recording more of The Last of Us, and I do have plans to release Chapter 4 on Thursday. And then we're going to Apex it up on Thursday, too. And then Friday's up in the air for what we're going to play. We got a few suggestions on the table right now, a couple ideas. We'll see. I know that somebody's pulling for some UCH. You know, I haven't platinumed that either, so maybe it might be a triple platinum next couple of days. I don't know. We'll wait and see. Again, nothing but love, guys. Appreciate each and every one of you. Thank you for hanging out. If you have not already, please check out our social media. We also have happythumbsgaming.com. Monday through Saturday. Well, I guess Monday, it's every day but Saturday. Watch us. Check us out. Hang out with us. See us then. As always, until next time.